Mark, 50.59%.
Yes, congratulations. Though this was the problem with the whole alliance thing. Is like you knew he was going to have a chance to win this thing if he had stayed, and he would have won by quite a considerable margin.
But the problem is he's not the only one who would have won.
Yep.
Mark would have won. Rick would have won. Adam had enough to beat Patrick, who ends up walking away with the $250,000 prize.
Yep. Jesse beat Fredo.
I mean,
Every single man except for Aaron beat Ada. And we love Ada, but it's like, when Allie's going on her Helen Reddy, crusade, when the one time Ada wins a weigh-in, it's like only Aaron wouldn't have beat you among the people with wangs, come on. And then you contrast that with Elizabeth.
I know it's late in the evening, but we don't need to be bringing out the Wang talk.
Well, that's her last name, Ada Wang.
Continue.
But then you contrast that with Elizabeth, which thank God she lost the vote.
You think? Elizabeth to her credit, mighty 29.10, but holy crap.
To her credit, she didn't finish dead last in the at-home. She finished 5th from the bottom.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Time to do some math. She only lost 4 more pounds after the marathon. You had 3 months between the marathon and the finale. You lost 4 flippin' pounds.
Sounds like somebody.
I lose that sleeping. Okay.
No. We've been calm until this point on this vidcast.
Calm?
Now, yes, we've been calm. We've been kind.
So me pooping on the line is calm.
Compared to this next topic, yes.
Okay.
There were certain people in the audience during this finale.
Oh, yes.
There were some players standing there who actually lost between 40 and 65, 68 pounds.
Commendable.
Which, according to this list, would have been competitive.
Yep.
But they never got to get on the scale. Why? Why didn't they get to get on the scale, Bill? Could you explain that to me?
Honest to God, I can't.
I didn't think you could.
Especially because when they went back to the ranch to have that mass weigh-in that Anna won to get back on the ranch...
Yes?
Allison's exact words were, "You are not the biggest loser, but you're still eligible for the at-home prize!"
Seriously, if someone has that on their DVR, back that up. Go find that, because, jump onto NBC.com, check this out. Because unless we completely miss something here, the fact that they weren't considered part of the competition, were they told at some point, and maybe that's why they didn't lose even more weight than they could have lost? I'm sorry,
disgusting.
It was already enough of an insult that they didn't really get to be on the show.
After such a lengthy casting process.
But once you step in front of those cameras, you take your shirt off, and you weigh in front of America, I'm sorry, that at minimum earns you a shot at $100,000.
It's like when you prostrate and humiliate yourself like that, yeah. The fact that we barely even remember their names. Thank God we watched it because I remember their names now. Montina, Sandy, Shanna, and Corey. Mm-hmm. I was like, Shanna got some screen time because of the breast cancer, which is very sad. It's like really you're being exploited because you used to have cancer.
Yes. Which we saw what happened to the girl with cancer on bridalplasty.
Yeah. Well, Corey, I thought it was honestly going to be a great character for the brief moment that we saw him in the premiere. Mm-hmm. He was positive. He had a great attitude. He had a support system, and he was winning that race against Burgundy and Tina, and then he collapses, and he never gets to, and we never see him again. Montina, remember how much I remember reading the press release when the cast was announced.
Yes,
because they made such a big deal. Hey, we got a backup singer for Beyonce in the cast.
I made a big deal over the fact that they had a black woman named like a mountain.
I was like, and yet we don't see her beyond the first episode. And then Sandy, the would-be pink power princess that probably would have done better than either of the two wearing pink this season.
Yep. Talk about the death of pink power, folks. Holy crap.
And how did pink power die? How was Lisa introduced?
Oh, God, no. Don't make me say it. Do not make me say it.
Fine.
I will say it.
No,
wait. Earmuffs.
Earmuffs for this one, folks. Allie introduced the new and improved Lisa by saying, "And now a woman who refused to quit." My brain hurts more than an actual brain freeze. I could down a gallon Slurpee and a quart of Ben & Jerry's, and my brain would not hurt as much.
At this point, they're just outright lying to us.
This is the woman that tried to quit 3 times.
This is disgusting.
that was.
I am beside myself. I'm beside Bill Hammond, but I'm beside myself.
I mean, the only joke that was even remotely close to being as bad as that was introducing Burgundy as saying someone who enjoys a spirited competition. Yes, because she's named after wine. You know.
Yeah.
I was like,
the
really?
color, the wine, call it what you will, but
and still spelled wrong.
Let it be. It's not her fault. Just because her parents didn't pass second grade spelling doesn't mean you have to make fun of her.
You can change your name. It's perfectly legal to change your name.
It's going to cost money to go down to town hall and
well,
take care of all that.
you can just spell your name differently. I mean, how might...
unless you're going to change your name to, like, Captain Awesome or something.
My mom spells her name differently. She was born Deborah, and she just shortened it to Deborah. I was like... It's
fantastic.
I was like, it's perfectly fine to change your name to a logical spelling.
Back on topic.
Were we ever on topic?
Yes, we're always on topic. Because the reality rant is that good. Talk to America. They can see you. And I will see you when I put it on YouTube. All those gestures he's been making beside me that I haven't been paying attention to, yeah. I'll be watching all of those and editing them out. Oh, wait, editing. None of that.
Yes.
So, Biggest Loser. A absolutely hilarious finale. Disappointing finale. And we're only 3 weeks away from the newest season.
Poor Jesse falling yet again the victim to the more than whatever pound.
Yeah, you need to lose more than 166 pounds.
Bing! 166. Son of a biatch.
If I get nothing else from the next season of The Biggest Loser, please, Allison Sweeney, I beg of you, stop saying more than 166 pounds. Just say you need to have lost at least 167 pounds. That way we know exactly the number someone's trying to attain.
It's the same amount of words, same amount of syllables. It requires no extra effort.
Just maybe a little bit more brain power than the blonde hair can allow.
But then again, we're talking about Allison Sweeney, whose crowning achievement outside of the show was getting married on a soap opera. So.
But then again, if you're on a soap opera and you can memorize all those scripts left and right, you can give us this.
That was really weird. A couple weeks ago, I saw like a promo for her soap opera, which I don't even know which one of the things. It's like All My Children or some crap like that. And the season finale, I guess, was her wedding episode. But they refer to her as by her character, like it's whatever her name is wedding. It's like, no, you're Allison Sweeney. You're fucking Allison Sweeney. Okay, we know who you are.
Wow, careful.
I was careful.
Yeah, you're getting really careful. And before he crosses the line too much, we hope you've enjoyed this Biggest Loser edition of the Reality Rant Vidcast. Can you believe we're doing a vidcast now? It's still, saying that word just doesn't feel right coming out of my mouth.
Especially because it's not a word.
Hey, I can make words. I'm going to make fetch happen.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I'm going to do what I want. Don't forget,
if Lacey Chabert couldn't do it, you can't.
I absolutely can, and I can also make sure that all of you download the Reality Rant podcast off of iTunes. If you have any comments for us, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Reality Rant, and make sure that you please send those questions, comments, emails, and craziness into our lovely email inbox, realityrantpodcast@gmail.com.
You're just doing that because we didn't get enough emails to put the bag over my head this week.
It'll happen. It will happen.
Do I look like a Detroit Lions fan? The bag is not going over the head.
Ladies and gentlemen, send those emails in. If it happens, we can cover up the face. Heck, maybe we can get a ball gag and shut him up for a little bit. For Bill Hammond of Reality News Online, I'm Eric Pierce of Game Show News Net, and let's see if he's come up with anything clever this time. This Reality Rant vidcast is...
No, nothing clever.
Such a waste.